It's umomgtarot, and this is your someone secretly talking about you tarot card reading. Let's just get into it. Let's just pull the cards. If you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description. There is a link. Ooh. You're gonna make me get up. Woo! Alright, that's my workout for today. Alright, let's have a... Hey, Butterfingers. Let's have a look at your first card. Who that is? Aries. Hey, what's up, buddy? Aries. Aries talking about you? Well, we already know they're a little impulsive, so they may not say what they mean. They may not mean what they say. Or they might mean it in that moment, but then that might change. So the energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. Aries, if you know an Aries, you know how they are. They're intense and then they're not, and then they get bored easily, but they're very passionate. They're very passionate. Very colorful people. All right, your next card is Taurus. Look at that. Taurus already in the mix. Right. The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. And finally we've got Sagittarius. The energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm, with faith, good fortune, and authority. It's a fire sandwich. So this type of person, it feels like they're very extroverted. Feels like they're very passionate when they talk, when they know what they're talking about. They could be very reactive as well. This person seeks broader knowledge due to their Sagittarian ways, but also very stubborn, so they may not admit to what they don't know. There's also a push and pull, a give and take when it comes to relationships. Mars and Venus make their cameo appearance in this reading. And the perfect balance could grow and expand abundantly as this Sagittarian Jupiter energy intended. So this person, it's not giving all the negative, but it's giving just a tiny bit of quarrelsome energy. Because if we're stubborn and we're impulsive, you got to be able to humble yourself and be like, listen, I was wrong. I was hot-headed. I was hot-blooded. I was running hot when I said that. Right? But there's stubborn energy there. But there's wisdom. So let's have a look at what this person's talking about on your name. Why is this person talking about you? First card is, there was a decision. There were some choices that needed to be made. Impactful choices. Okay, so they're talking about, okay, I see the jump off point in that. Like, scenarios like, when we all graduated, you went to uni, I went to college, this person went here, we went to Minnesota. Like, choices that led people down the paths that they've gone. And also this is like how they feel about choices. So if they're talking about you, it's how they feel about the choices that you've made that have overall impacted your life. And it's their feelings about it, not like logistics. Then we have the 8 of Swords, and that speaks to self-limitations. So they may be speaking, this could be going in a good direction. This could be going in a, hey, let me gas you up for a second. Life led you here. Life led you there. Okay, but I've seen you. You could you could get yourself out of this. They could be a motivational speaker for all we know. But it feels like the person talking about you is maybe assessing your hardship. Maybe assessing your limitations that they can see from the outside. Looking at you, knowing what you're doing to yourself. Maybe self-sabotage. Maybe just limiting your potential. Seem to care about that. Oh man, well, if they care, or if they're talking about that, Knight of Swords would give us that hothead energy again. I told you. Aries hothead, Knight of Swords hothead. And Knight of Swords hothead in reverse to top it off. Now that means that this person might say things impulsively while they're very passionate and while they're just wanting to cut to the chase, So that could be very jagged when they say it, very sharp when they say it, very blunt. And that's just way too typical for a Taurus energy, and sometimes an Aries, because again, impulsive, they just blurt it out, just say it. you know, and it might be tough love, but I feel like it's more like you could have worded that better type energy. It's like you're rude, or like maybe you get so frustrated with me because you see the problem and I'm not exactly fixing it, so you're just like, ah, you said you wanted to lose 50 pounds, yeah? So why are you eating Krispy Kreme? Ah! Like, it's like, why are you getting mad? That doesn't help me lose the weight if that's the goal. Why are you feeling frustrated? Why are you grabbing the box and throwing them all in the garbage? It's a bit impulsive, don't you think? It's a little like that. But we have two cards with the sword, so we could be dealing, first of all, with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel like we're dealing with conflict here. Choices you made in the past, things that they essentially don't agree. Decisions that you made that have limited you, that they don't necessarily agree with, they don't like, they may be hot-headed about. They may be saying some impulsive things that are hurtful to you. Even if, like, what they just say, that blue dress isn't flattering on you. Blue's not your color. That's not malicious, you know? That's like a hot tip in some countries. But if your feelings get hurt, then you're like, wow, you're a Knight of Swords. You didn't even think about my feelings when you said that. You could have said, let's go with fuchsia. But you didn't. You know what I mean? So, impulsive, hot-headed energy, quick to destroy is there. The Wheel of Fortune there, growth, expansion. Yeah, I knew it. Because Taurus, they're always trying to rescue you. You know, they're trying to get you to see your potential. And this Wheel of Fortune energy is connected to Jupiter. Growth, expansion, abundance. Like I said, Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, so growth, abundance, and expansion. It's a great validation for this energy. So because it now brings it together, it makes it feel like this person's talking about you, maybe where you went wrong, so that they can help you grow, help you expand, or just talk about how much you've grown since this time of when you were impulsive and made decisions that have limited you. Because this Wheel of Fortune can turn things right on around. You know, you might hear that first half. Let's say you're eavesdropping on a call, you have some wiretap or something, and you hear them talk about all that bad stuff that happened to you, and you're like, oh, why are you talking about my business? You know, and then the phone drops. But what they were doing in reality is they were talking about your hardships, so they can compare where you're at now or where you're going. And that's actually quite nice. Wheel of Fortune, that's a good sign. Growth, expansion, things turning around. Oh, good. Oh, goody. Your next card is the Six of Wands. This is a victory. This is a triumph. It does feel like that, don't it? Don't it feel like they're talking about your adversity and then how things changed, how quickly they changed, and whatever your victories are, or what, I guess, potential that, like, there's some comparison, right? Like, maybe they knew you when you were shy and insecure, and now you're public speaking. Maybe they seen your coming of age story, but they directly knew about your choices. So you need to think about the Aries, Taurus, and Sagittarius in your life, because oftentimes Sagittarius provides some sort of exemplifying energy. They inspire people a lot. So do Aries. So maybe they may have some indirect or direct impact on the decisions you've made that have led you to a place that, I mean, what part of the journey are they going to focus on, you know? Because, like, there's equal parts. Well, I guess, you know, the choices you made and the limitations that you used to have were, like, where you were inhibited, maybe less confident even, aggressive maybe, hot-headed, impulsive, all these things. But doesn't even really matter, because the Wheel of Fortune is about things changing and going from down to up, left to right. And so it's about, it just looks like that comparison, no? Like, here's how things used to be and here's how they are now, or here's where they're going. There's a victory, a triumph, growth, expansion, and a change in direction. So I guess they're just talking about that, and that's not really so bad. Maybe you were a jaded hooligan before, and now you've turned it all around, and you're victorious in that, and people out here in these streets recognizing it. Fire sees fire, fire recognize fire. All right, So that's not so bad. That's, hey, talk about me some more. Tell people, tell the world my story of how I overcame, I outwitted, outplayed, outlasted. So yeah, there it is. That's your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you'd like your own personal reading, check out the description. There's a link to my website. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Love ya.